Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building. Talking to you guys today about why semen retention will set you apart from the masses. Semen retention will set you apart from the masses because you're finally doing something that is actually worth doing. This is pretty much it. 95% of the population is living their life paycheck to paycheck. They're just going through the motions, not really having any inspiration. Inspiration means in spirit, by the way. Not really having any inspiration, just doing things just because they have to do them. They say things like everyone else is doing it, so just do it. They're not inspired. They're slowly dying on the inside. They drink to keep their sorrows away. They don't have any life in them. They're just becoming a cog in the machine. They're robots. They're programmed robots. But the 1% of people who can actually who can look at everything and just look at everything from a different perspective, from a third point of view perspective, and then just kind of dictate what they want in life and actually make their actions dictate based on what they want the most. This is the 1% type of person. This is the 1% type of man, because he's not just going through the motions. He's doing everything specifically, and he's doing everything purposely because he actually cares enough to get the things that he wants in his life. And this is pretty much how he's living his life. There's a lot of people who just want to, like I said, they're too scared to take any action. They're too scared to do anything different. They're too scared based on what other people may think of them, and they're living lives of quiet desperation. But if you can be, like I said, if you can be in the top 1% and just look at your life from a different perspective, from a third point of view, and then really dictate and decide what you're going to do on a daily basis to get what you want, you are a different breed of human. You're a different person. This is just the case. And the reason why seed retention makes you different from the masses is because the whole point of semen retention is to increase your ambition. It's to increase your ambition. It's to increase your perspective. It's to increase your value. And once you do this long enough, you're gonna start thinking different. You're gonna start thinking that you deserve a little bit better. This is just how you're gonna start thinking for some odd reason. You're just gonna think that you might want something just a tiny bit better than the rest, because you're doing things just a tiny bit differently than everybody else. And now you just want to be rewarded just a tad bit differently, and this is okay. You're doing the harder thing than the next person is, and now you feel like you want to be compensated a bit differently, and this is okay. Seed retention will start helping you start thinking this way. And so there's more to seed retention than just retaining your nut, retaining your seed. There's more to seed retention than that. It changes your brain perspective. It changes your brain chemistry. It just makes it look like, it just makes it seem that you're a little bit different. You're willing to go the extra mile to get the extra thing. You're just willing to do a little bit more things maybe than the next person to get maybe a better result or a different result. And this is, like I said, this is okay. You're thinking differently. You want a life that's creative, not just another cog in the machine type of life. You're willing to go the extra mile. You're willing to do the extra things to get the extra result. And like I said, this is only relevant to 5% of men, or 5% of people in general. The men who are willing to do the extra thing to get the extra result, instead of just doing the mundane thing to get the result that everybody gets. The reason why seed retention helps changes your value, or it changes just what you believe you deserve, is because you're doing another practice that is just different from everyone else. While everyone is consistently relapsing maybe every once a week or twice a week or more, you're willing to go a lot longer before you relapse. And now that's changing the way you think, changing the way what you think you deserve, changing your values, changing your actions, changing what you pay attention to. It's the same thing as someone who goes on who abstains from eating poorly for a very long period of time. If someone abstains from eating like fast food and just like poor food for what, like 6 months, they're obviously gonna think they deserve a bit better, maybe in terms of how people treat them, the type of mate that they get, the type of how people perceive them and things. They just, if they've gone 6 months without eating any bad food for them, they definitely think that their whole body, their subconscious is thinking that, hey, this man deserves the best in terms of mate, or best in terms of just anything, just because he's gone for so long without caving into bad food. And lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. This is pretty much it. I mean, this is pretty much it. You're not tempted enough. You're not getting tempted. So now you definitely just think that you may deserve a little bit better than, or you may just deserve a bit different from everyone else who usually tends to become tempted. This is the bottom line. This is the metaphor that I can use. So, I mean, the longer you do this, the longer you go through this, the better you think you deserve, maybe the better quality of woman you think you deserve for some reason, because you're just more ambitious. You probably have more things. You have more things to offer. You have a different perspective on life. You're probably better looking. You're just better physically. You probably look physically better. And now you definitely think that you just deserve a lot better, instead of the man who keeps caving in every 2 days to PMO, to eating bad food, and just letting his body just do whatever it wants. It usually comes down to the man who has the will, or it comes down to the man who has the lack of will. Your life is brought to you by your will or your lack thereof. So go on retention to do something different from the masses, because everyone is doing the same thing. Subconsciously, they all have the same setup. But like I said, if you can be that 1% of man who can look at everyone's setup and realize, hey, I want a different setup, maybe I want something a little bit different, and actually are willing and committed to doing the things that gets you that different thing, then you are totally different. You're totally different from everyone else. And you probably deserve to be treated maybe a bit different from everyone else, because you're not willing to do the things that everyone else is doing. You're willing to do the things that are different to get you a different result. And this right here is the bottom line. This is the bottom line. This is how you can make or break your life. It comes down, you're going to be, in terms of success, observe what the masses of people are doing and just do the opposite. If you do this enough, you're definitely going to be different. You're going to get something else. You're just going to become a different person, and things may just be better for you. So go on retention, work out, meditate. Also, meditation can connect you with the highest sense of reality. You're going to be in a higher perspective of life. You're going to be in a more perceived sense of life, meaning things are just going to be a little bit different, meaning you're going to have a sense of all knowing. You might be able to predict things before they happen. You're going to have a different sense of reality. And these aren't just some voodoo words to make you feel good about yourself. All I'm saying is you're going to be probably more in tune with life, so you may be able to explain things that you previously weren't able to do, and you're going to be looked at as someone who's smarter, or at least someone who at least knows a lot of things and has good advice that he can consult people in. So go on retention. You're going to be different from the masses of people, and people are going to feel you on a subconscious level, and you're really going to be able to get what you want. If it's a relationship, if it's another stream of income, if it's a better spiritual connection, you're going to be able to get what you want. You're going to be in tune with invisible entities, helping you, ministering on the minds of men to help men get what they want, to help people get what they want. This is how you have to look at life. There is invisible energies, universal energies, invisible entities ministering on your mind based off of what you're habitually thinking about and giving you exactly what you habitually think about. And they can't tell the difference between if you want it or you don't. So you might as well just think about the things that you want and have an emotional connection with the things that you want. This is the only way you can finally bring all the things that you want into your life subconsciously. Your life will go according to your dominant thoughts, what you habitually tend to think about and speak about on a consistent basis, regardless of if you think if you're getting it or not. As you go on through life, the things that you maybe wanted 6 months ago are starting to come to fruition right now. And yeah, so just keep thinking about the things that you want, keep acting on the things that you want, and you're gonna eventually get the things that you want. You're gonna be different from the 95% of people, and this is all the difference that it can make. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.